Dandy's World just got its biggest update yet, with a new toon, new skins and animations for a ton of existing toons, new animations for a ton of existing twisteds, a new lethal twisted and a new shop, a sticker system, a new floor event, and a new machine type, alongside the new sprout map. Yeah, there's a lot in this update, and I love it. So I figured the best way to explore all of this amazing new stuff would be to do exactly what I did with Blots. Master the new toon as fast as possible. So without further ado, let's get into this. To start out, let's look at the toon or mastering. Brusha's mastery is pretty simple. I was originally just going to do solo runs, but considering there's literally a survive 5 floors with tishering around, I decided against that pretty fast. But first of all, let's actually look at Brusha's stats and also how to get her. Brusha's stats are the exact same as Louis, base stats with a star of stealth move skill check. However, one other thing that I thought was pretty cool, but not super practical, is her ability. Her ability allows you to transform from a average speed, average extraction toon to a really slow team support. And what I mean by that is you have a 25% reduction to both walk and run speed. However, you also get Bobette's festive aura, which is kind of cool, but here's one thing I don't like about this. The main thing I think that prevented Babette's festive aura from being useful was her 2-star stealth, as if you try to give it someone running from Twisteds, you're just going to pull the Twisteds. And with Brusha, she also has 2-star stealth, and that problem is even worse because you're slow, meaning if you pull Twisteds, you're not going to be able to get away without having to switch off of the team support mode. But aside from that little annoyance, you can still do it. You can sort of give out stamina to just people generally running around, and especially sprouts when they're gathering items. But still, I don't think it's super practical. All she just really... Anyway, let's just get into actually buying and mastering Brusha. To start out, we need to actually buy Brusha, and Brusha requires 25% research on her Twisted. I originally thought Brusha was going to be like uncommon or rare, so I originally planned to do an entire solo run as Roger, but then I got her on floor 1, realised she's probably a common, so I just reset floor 1 until I got her again, which only took about 5 minutes. Note, this was 2 hours after Brusha had first released, because I only started playing 2 hours after the release, but yeah. Anyway, now that we've got Brusha, I thought her stats were decent for solo runs, so I hopped into a solo run. I realised I did not want to do a solo run because this was just too slow. So I found a team that was slower than the solo run. Okay, yeah, we're finding another team. Team 2 was actually really, really good. We made it all the way to floor 11 with 5 people alive, which is fairly good for a public server. But I've definitely had better teams before, but when I'm not the one running in circles, keeping the entire team alive, that's honestly pretty good. Anyway, this run died to Dial. Now, Dial is the new lethal, which can only be summoned by this card. It gives you a 15% permanent stamina boost if you are able to successfully complete this challenge floor. This challenge floor has 25 machines on it. I'm not sure if it's a guaranteed blackout, but for me it was a blackout, and it obviously spawns Dial. So, yeah. is kind of challenging. And how Dial works is he's honestly pretty interesting. He's an undistractable Twisted, and what I mean by undistractable is the fact that if he chases you for too long, or if you fail a single skill check, this bar above his head will fill up. If the bar fills up, he becomes faster than Pebble. I'm not kidding. Yeah. So that's very, very fun, and I died because I failed a skill check. This new machine type, by the way, it's actually kind of hard. I still think it's relatively easy, but it provides some added challenge other than just... Yeah. So, whilst it was a bit of a shame that run died to Dial, I'm fairly sure a couple of other people died to him as well, and I probably would have done like with one other person if I did survive that floor. Team 3. This run only got to floor 8, but that was good enough to complete a couple mastery quests. So I just decided that rather than hopping into a whole nother team that would probably blitz through floors and I wouldn't be able to do machines very fast, I decided to do a duo run with my friend so I could finish the machine mastery. Because that and the steps were the only things that I had left to do by that point. So, yeah. That was actually, and that run went really, really well. I got all the way up to floor 14 before I finished mastery. But for some reason, Sprout's map can spawn before all the other main maps. I have no idea whether that was universally changed or is Sprout map exclusive or if it's a bug. But, yeah. That was pretty successful, and then we decided to go on floor 15. I wanted to quickly check the cards to see if I could get any extra dial research, but they were not there. But, yeah, the dial card was not there. And this is Vintage Brusha. I'm honestly not really a fan of her Vintage. I really think she needed to be a bit more colourful, and luckily there is a skin for that. But, yeah. Like, Vintage makes everyone black and white, and a paintbrush with paint being black and white just doesn't look great, but I mean, I'm still glad I got the Vintage skin 5 hours after release. But anyway, I'm now gonna go try and get some extra dial research. I will see you in the next one. Good. Bye.